Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here with me today. So as the first few clips showed, I've got a lot of chaos in my house right now. It's messy. So come along with me as I straighten up our house, do some cleaning and some organizing. Summer is right around the corner, so I'm busy getting ready for that. Pretty much handling a bunch of clothes for my kiddos for summer and kind of switching out wardrobes, getting their swimsuits ready, that sort of thing. So if you are in need of some good cleaning motivation, you are in the right spot. So let's get right into it. And of course, you guys know I'm starting with laundry. Let's go. As I see myself making the bed in this video, it just reminded me yesterday while I was at the gym. I typically go a few days a week in the morning. But anyways, and I typically go while most of our household is still asleep. But anyways, I came home from the gym and just walked in the door and kind of peeked into our bedroom and noticed that my oldest son had made our bed that day. And I thought that was so sweet. And I just thought that it was just really thoughtful of him because I do make my bed every day. He knew I would value that and appreciate that effort. And anyways, he just made the bed for us. And I thought, wow, such a sweetheart. Okay, so enough of that story time. Let's talk about what I'm doing here. Okay, I typically do one load of laundry every day. I think that's the best method to not get behind. If you have either a lot of dirty clothes or just a larger family, we are a family of 6, so that's a pretty big family and we go through a lot of laundry. And so typically, just to stay afloat, I do a load of a day. But sometimes that's just really not how it works. And this is an example of that. We've been really busy with sports. I have 4 kids, 3 of which play sports. One is a toddler, and so he doesn't play sports yet. But anyways, we have a lot of practices and games and all sorts of things. And sometimes I can't get the laundry done each day. So today I'm playing makeup with that. And I just have a lot of laundry to get through. And so I'm going to do that. And then while I'm still kind of in this mode, I'm going to go ahead and go through our kids' swimsuits, see if I have a swimsuit for everybody still, if I need to replace some suits, if, kids have outgrown them and that sort of thing. Also, 3 of our kids are boys, and so I kind of hand-me-downs a lot of swimsuits for them, but not so much my daughter. She doesn't really have anybody who gives her hand-me-downs, and so it looks like she has a lot less when it comes to swimsuits as I'm going through these, but it's just because the boys kind of circulate through them, whereas I just need to get her new ones every year. Anyways, gonna go through the swimsuits and try to get them organized. We keep our swimsuits for kids in like a large tub in the garage most of the time, but we got that down a couple days ago and went through it. And these are the suits that I think still fit everybody. And so I went ahead and washed those probably 2 days ago. They've been sitting in the basket for a while. And I just want to go through them and get them separated per size so I can see who has what and what I'm going to need to purchase for this summer. We love swimming. We go to the pool often. We like to go to the beach. We just love all things water in our house. And so my kids get a lot of use out of swimsuits. And so I'm glad to get this stuff organized. I know this will make our, summer pool time way more convenient if I have inventoried what suits we have. Okay, so I am still debating the best way to store swimsuits for this year. In the past, I've only kept like one or two out for each kiddo, and then I've kept them kind of in our laundry room area. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do that again this year or really just what I want to do. And so you'll see me in this video kind of go back and forth a little bit on how I want to organize these swimsuits. And I just kind of landed on I'm going to go ahead and partition them off and put them in these Ziploc bags per size. So one bag per kiddo. And then, I don't know, I'm still debating how I want to just organize our swimsuits for the summer. So if you have elementary aged or younger kiddos and you have some good ideas for how to keep swimsuits organized, let me know. So the problems I'm trying to avoid are losing the swimsuits. So it's like hard to get out the door when we want to go to the pool. I don't want to have that problem. And I also don't want to have the problem of my kids taking their swimsuits off and leaving them on the floor in their rooms when they're still kind of wet. That's just kind of gross. So that's why I've kind of kept them in a central location that I know they can dry and then wash easy. But I'm not sure what I want to do this year. So I'm going to think about it. I will probably post another video when I come up with a solution that I'm going to try this year. So stay tuned for that. Also, after I filmed this video before I got the voiceover done, I did run to Walmart and get some new swimsuits. My daughter only had one, so I needed to get her a couple more, and they have some cute suits at Walmart. So if you are looking for swimsuits for your kiddos, I think that's a really good place to start. I've not gotten a swimsuit there in a few years. I typically find them at Target just because it's easy to order online for me. But in store, they had a lot of cute ones at Walmart. I don't know. I'm sure that that's, at all the Walmarts, but at our local one, found some good deals on some cute swimsuits. So everyone has a handful of swimsuits for the summer, and I know that they will use them a lot. And it just makes me so excited that the summer is around the corner. So just a few more weeks and school will be out and summer will be here. So okay, now I'm cleaning our kitchen area. It just needed kind of a wipe down. I had some dishes that needed to get in the dishwasher, and I'm going to go ahead and run the dishwasher early on, which that will be helpful because I will get this ran before, the rush of dinner tonight. So that will be helpful just to not have any dishes in the sink ready to go. I'm also just going to replenish some of the things that are out around our house. I didn't film it all, but I did make sure all the bathrooms had toilet paper. I just replaced the paper towels in the kitchen. Then I'm going to wipe down the cooktop and the countertops and then vacuum and mop the kitchen. And that's all I'm doing in here. So a pretty fast tidy up. Okay, the next space that I want to just handle today in this clean is my boy room. I have two little boys that share this room, and it was just a disaster when I peeked in here today. So I am picking up all of their dirty clothes that they left on the floor, and I'm going to just remake their beds. I vacuumed this room earlier this week, so I don't feel like I've got to vacuum it today. But really just kind of handling the dirty clothes situation. We have had a sport every day for the last probably 5 or 6 days. We haven't had any days off of just a lot of extracurriculars on top of, school and all the other things. So it's just been kind of busy and chaotic, and probably all of my kids' rooms need a refresh. But this is the one I'm going to focus on today, primarily because it's my littler boys who share this room. And so they just kind of struggle a little bit more with keeping it clean. And there was a lot of dirty clothes in here. I was thinking I could get away with just doing one load of laundry today, but I'm going to go ahead and need to do a second one just because of all the dirty clothes that I found hidden away in this room. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick run through of the living area and make sure that's picked up and vacuumed. And then I'm going to call it good on today's clean and organize. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and like it if you enjoyed watching it, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.